Hey guys, Joe from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, June 14th, 2013. It's cold and it's rainy. I'm not even sure if it's 60 degrees out. On the weather report they said this is probably going to be the it's going to be the wettest June in recorded history. We cannot take any more rain. Christ, and it rains every day. The ground is saturated. But I'm sure you guys don't want another weather report. You want to know about what's happening with eBay, and there's a lot going on this week. I've done a lot of research actually over the last 2 weeks to prepare this particular video. I've taken a lot of input from you guys. I've talked to a bunch of you, and let's get started. I want to talk specifically about how to make eBay better, specifically eBay Motors. But some of these changes that I'm going to show you would transcend all categories on eBay. So let's get started. I have prepared some nice flashcards. The first thing, account validation. Okay, this is something we need to implement immediately. Account validation. Alright, now you'll notice here's what I want verified. I want everyone's address verified, their bank account numbers verified. I want a utility bill, Con Ed bill, Long Island Lighting, whoever it is, whoever services you, I want a utility bill. Alright? And of course, a verified phone number where somebody from eBay can call you and check that you are who you say you are. This is very important. Account validation. I'll get to this later when we talk about some scams in eBay Motors. But if everybody was made to show who they are, eBay would be better for buyers, for sellers, and for eBay. The only people who are scared to show who they are those who have something to hide, those in darkened rooms and behind masks. Alright? The rest of us, we're honest. I welcome it. Alright? Next change. This also has to do with new accounts. Every new account should have a trial period with selling limits, okay, and no negative feedback. What that means is, let's say for the first 10 transactions, a new buyer would not be able to neg a seller for the first 10 transactions. Let them cut their teeth and learn what it's like. Once they have 10 transactions under their belt, if they want to get ballsy and neg someone, fine, let them, okay? And pay as you go, meaning, I've said this many times before, once you click buy it now, you pay for your item. You don't navigate away from the pay screen and check to find it somewhere else. You don't pay, you don't go. Capiche? Now, this is specific to eBay Motors. eBay Motors sell your item. When you're selling an item, you should have to specify whether it's an original equipment part, for an example a Chevy, or whether it's an aftermarket part like Pep Boy's garbage, that Taiwanese garbage, okay? Now, the reason I have both is because when you're a buyer and you're doing a search, let's say, like I talked about the Chevy hubcaps in the past. If you type in Chevy hubcaps, you would most likely click original equipment. But believe it or not, there's a chance somebody may want cheap garbage, and they would click there. Or if they wanted to see everything, they would click both, okay? Original equipment is always a lot better, all right? Taiwanese garbage, that stuff that's coming over from China, it's killing eBay. It's proliferating the search. I make a point right now, I'm going to go on camera. I dare any one of you, I double dare you, go on eBay Motors right this second. Do a search, type in the word hubcaps. That's it. Just one word, hubcaps, and I will bet you that the very first item that pops up is that Chinese, Taiwanese garbage. I'm putting my reputation on it. eBay relies on that stupid best match feature that doesn't work in any category. What I don't get is how can, if you type in the word hubcaps, how can that Taiwanese crap be considered the best match? It defies logic. Try it when you're done watching this video. Type in the word hubcaps and see what comes up first. Something's not right. Something stinks here. Okay? Continuing with eBay Motors and eBay in general. Picture requirements. Okay? They must be the seller's property, which means if you're the seller, it must be your property. No more Honda or trade publications should be allowed. I've talked about this for months and I'm sick of it. It's still going on eBay Motors. I don't know how they're letting these guys get away with it. No more of these Amazon white background pictures either. They're terrible. They're grabbing them off Amazon, and in most cases it's not the seller from Amazon who's doing it. It's some renegade. Next item, picture stealing. I had one of my subscribers, and I'm not going to name him, but a good guy contacted me the other day and say he was selling an item on eBay and somebody stole his picture. Actually stole it and was representing it as his own. He went ahead, contacted eBay, and eBay did the right thing. They stepped in and canceled the listing from the bogus seller. No more picture stealing. Get off your butts and buy a digital camera, okay? Another thing, no group picture. A group picture is, it happens a lot on eBay Motors, and when someone takes a picture of 4 hubcaps or 4 alloy rims and says, I'm selling these individually. That's against eBay rules. What's in the picture is what you should be getting, and eBay needs to enforce that. Also, another problem on eBay Motors is what I call general pictures. And you'll see I did my best rendition of a car. I can't tell you how many people are listing parts, like for instance, AM/FM Delco radio, and you see a picture of a car. It's usually junkyards that are doing this. Not a picture of the radio you're buying, a picture of a smashed up car. And they'll use that same car picture for radios, tires, wheels, taillights, windshields. That's what I call a general picture, and it's wrong. I want to see a picture of what I'm buying, and I think you do too, and I think eBay would back us on this. So eBay, that's another change we require. Now, let's talk about returns. This transcends all categories. Returns. The following reasons are legitimate. SNAD, significantly not as described. That's reasonable. Damaged in transit. That's reasonable. Okay? And depending on what your return policy is, it should be within the parameters of your return policy. I take returns within 14 days. But I'm getting returns 3 weeks. Alright? And please, read. No buyer remorse. Guys, 100% of my returns are buyer remorse. What that means is they're not complaining about the quality, they're not complaining about that it's not as described, or how long it took to get there, or anything. They're all saying the same thing. Joe, I bought this hubcap for $39.95 with free shipping, and I thought I was getting all 4. Now, I would like to say that's stupidity, but that's worse than stupidity. Because if you see one pictured, and the auction says 1, it's 1. But how can anyone in the year 2013 think they're getting 4 factory hubcaps, original equipment with free shipping for $39.95 after I have to pay my eBay fees, PayPal fees, UPS fees? That is just ludicrous. It's like the guy who tries to hammer a round peg in a square hole. There are some stupid people running around out there, guys. It just boggles my head. Next item. This is something I've been talking about for a few weeks, and I'm really pushing for it. In eBay Motors and all of eBay. An ad hoc group that would have direct access to eBay, okay, via either phone, direct email, or direct report. Sorry, phone, direct report, or direct email. My pictures confuse me there. I'm such a good artist, aren't I? What that means is, and I've said this before, guys, there's no reason on God's green earth why eBay doesn't institute this today. eBay would go to each of its categories, and I'm going to talk about eBay Motors because that's what I'm really big in. And they would pick out certain sellers, or you could even volunteer, or you could submit your name and they would have to approve you. You would have to be a seller on eBay for several years, in very good standing, with a good track record, and knowledgeable in your category. Like, I know cars, and I'm not ashamed to sit here in front of you and tell you that I know my stuff, all right? I would be a perfect candidate for a member of the eBay Motors Ad Hoc Committee. And what would happen is, I've told you about some recent videos Doc made where he shows eBay scammers registering fake accounts with fake information, selling cars they don't have, and canceling the bids on all their vehicles just so they can get eBay user IDs and contact the people off eBay and try and scam them. This is a big problem. It needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. eBay apparently can't handle it all itself. That's where we come in. We, the sellers who have the knowledge, can partner with eBay, and everyone's going to win. Don't you think that's a great idea? The only thing we need to fine-tune is how we would contact eBay. I am not clicking that report link because that does not work. When you see a car being sold for $30,000, it's listed for $30,000, all right? And then you'll see like a buy it now for like $8,000. You know something's wrong, okay? It's a $30,000 vehicle, and the pictures lead you to believe that the car is in another location other than where it's represented. Something's wrong. We need to stop that auction immediately before people get hurt. And clicking that report button is like pissing in the wind. It feels good for the first second or two, but after that, it gets real old real quick. We need to have direct access to eBay like that immediately. Not everybody, no. Just those who are on the ad hoc committee who have proven themselves, all right? Now, whether people at eBay would give us a direct phone number to call, but I don't know how that would work because I'm on the Eastern time zone, and if I call them too early, they wouldn't get it. Or if there'd be a direct email to somebody at risk management that we could talk to. But it would have to be that we know we can reach out and get them immediately. I want direct access. I'm asking for 24 access. Simple as that. Why? Not to better myself, to better the community. We need 24-hour immediate access to eBay, and I'm putting it right out there. That's it. I really think it would really help everybody. The buyers wouldn't get scammed. The sellers would be happier because these fakers are making us look bad. You know, these scammers make all sellers look bad, okay? And eBay itself would win because we would be extra sets of eyes and ears helping police the site. Plus, it would help their reputation to get these scamming scumbags out of here. I'm happy to report I myself got rid of at least one of them last year, and eBay's a lot better for it. So guys, that's basically what I feel right now. I would like your input. Do you like my ideas? Are there any ideas of mine you don't like? All right? Do you have any ideas that I forgot to mention? So that's what I want you to do. I want you to comment below on any or all of my flashcards. All right? I know it's a bit over the top, but I really need to get this point across. We have got a situation here that needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed right away. And you guys out there who work for eBay and PayPal, keep in mind, I'm out here every week trying to help you. All right? I'm trying to make eBay a safer place. All right, I don't want to see anyone get hurt or scammed. So, thanks for watching, everybody. My schedule next week might be a little bit iffy, but I'll be back. I'm going to be doing some on-location videos next week, a little treat, a little something different. So you can look for them. And I guess I'll see you next week. I'm Crazy New York Driver, you're not. Thanks for watching. And guys, rock on. Sell. Sell on eBay, make some money. I know I am. Goodbye.